Today's an exciting day. We've got Greg Weaver, the audio analyst, visiting the store for, I believe, the second time. It's always fun to hang out with him. We're going to talk about the Børresen T5 SSEs, listen to him, and talk hi-fi for his channel as well. Yeah. I just found out recently it's all snake oil.
Understandable.
I didn't know.
You remember when I interviewed Michael?
Yeah.
He said Tesla coil. I'm like, he's like, yeah, well, I can see why people are saying that, but it's clear difference in the product. So
yeah, you can hear it.
Whatever the hell you call it, they seem to work.
So I actually had a phone call with him recently where I was just picking his brain about Tesla coils, because I said, you know, Michael, I know that you connect these Tesla coils to both the hot and the cold side or the ground side of a circuit. How does the Tesla coil know the difference between voltage spikes that are signal and voltage spikes that are noise? Right. So he said, well, they're actually tuned for whatever reason to be active above a certain frequency. You know, we see comments of people on social media saying, oh my God, hi-fi is getting so expensive, no one can afford it anymore. And it's true, the stuff we're showing is often very high-end. It's not everyone can afford it. I can't afford it. But that would be like me saying that, oh, cars are getting so expensive nowadays, no one can afford a car because I can't have the top of the line Ferrari.
There are absolutely wonderful sounding products at every price point.
Yeah.
There are overachievers at every price point, okay? And that's great. I'm not saying because I'm talking about a $230,000 speaker that that's what you need to own. What I'm saying is that because of things like this, when you buy a $500 speaker, they're better now because these things are going out and bringing down the cost of doing business. There's a leverage of scale that gets applied to these more affordable things.
They are the same as the instead of being zirconia.
But they're titanium.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to make too many mistakes on camera. You can correct me all you want, but I think.
Silver ring. That's a half a kilogram of pure silver in each driver. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 6 kilos of pure silver in this pair of SSEs.
Yeah.
So, cost of silver, say no more, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's
check your market price.
So, but that really breaks down the inductance so much more over the standard cryo version of these that has a copper ring.
Right?
Lot more cost effective to manufacture.
And very effective, but this is the extreme version. Yeah.
So, when you take a look at our M series, you'll see that the drivers are completely different, and that's because the top layer, they still have that carbon fiber 2 layers and no mixed honeycomb, but the fourth layer is a piece of thin titanium, half the thickness of a piece of paper, that gets sandwiched in together, so you have a 4-layer sandwich, and then that's bombarded with 5 different types of material at the Institute of Technology in August,
This is vapor deposition process, yes?
Yes, it is to make it the best possible way. To get the price points down to the T-series, which is obviously quite significantly below. Yeah.
These are what, $225,000?
$225,000. Yes, you can see how thick the top coating is, but that's a real walnut. There's a real walnut veneer underneath here.
And you can see the clear coat.
Yeah,
on top.
that's
It's
see
like
how thick
veneer.
that fucking thing is.
Dude, it's got to be an eighth of an inch. Ports and the
the
cabinetry.
the venting system.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. It
That's
really
why
smart,
once a driver pushes air out, it sucks. In the perfect world, you want it to suck the same amount of air in. So you're gonna have to control that airflow, because once you do that, you have constant pressure in the cabinet at all times. So there's no negative interference in the movement of the driver.
That's gonna make us espresso martini.
I'm gonna watch you. I'm going to instruct you on my recipe.
You want me to do it?
I would love if you tried it. I'm not good with the shaker.
What's happening?
Single espresso, single blister black, half syrup, and 2 vitamins.
Really?
I'm waiting patiently.
Yes, thank you. Cheers.
I think they're. See?
He's so sniffly.
Yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say is I can recognize quality people, quality product, quality production. And when I first met you guys, I told you straight up, I said, the way you do things, yeah, I kind of like this. This is kind of cool. There's only, look, I've been doing this longer than some of you guys have been alive in this room. Josie. Yeah, I'm just saying. But most reviewers in the United States look like me, old white guys. Okay? And we need to change that. We need to change this. We need younger.
I don't have a problem with old white guys.
No, I don't either. Personally, I am one. But I'm saying, some of these, I've been on panels at a lot of shows, and I've always said, women, different colors, different ages. Yeah.
What's super exciting about today, and we're super grateful that you're going to do the first review ever of the T5 SSE. But before we do that review in your controlled environment, we wanted to get you up here to hear the T5 SSEs in our room.
I heard them in Florida.
Yep.
And I heard them very briefly in Dallas. And that's one of the reasons I was so excited to get involved with this project, because Peter offered the T5s because of my room. He thought it would work pretty well. Right. So I'm really excited, and I'm thrilled to be here today, man. Thanks for having me.
Awesome, awesome. Welcome. I'll play you a couple cuts, and then we'll get your impressions. I think that shows kind of the 8-inch drivers coming in. That's a little bit of a rare driver configuration for Michael, as you know, because he's really normally set on the 5-inch. The next track I'm going to show you, we'll show you the extension, but with also the speed. And I think that'll give you a good taste of what's in store for you in your beautiful room.
Can't wait.
One of the things that you can, be excited about, and we're excited to show you, is that, of course, we have the T5s, which are the right size for your room and the level of equipment you're used to. But you or a customer comes in, we also have the T1
and the T3.
And the T3. And if your budget can expand, we have the M1s, M2s, M3s.
I can't wait to get these in the house. We got about a month I got to wait about a month. Maybe not quite as resolute or transparent, but most of that with a fun factor that makes them a crossover product that is just crazy. I mean, I told Peter, this is, of all the products I've heard so far, this is the one that speaks more closely to my personal perspective. I'm looking forward to coming back for the bass module thing in the weekend before we do the. Wasn't that the plan? But physically touch. The thing that is so interesting to me is this speaker seems to be offering a compromise, and I don't mean that badly, I mean it positively, in terms of impact, extension, speed, and resolution.
I think what you're experiencing, what you're resonating, I think speaks to a lot of our clients, okay? There's no doubt an M6 is the finest Michael Borresen speaker, but it's an expensive speaker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and not that the T5 SSEs are inexpensive, no, but for a lot of us in this high-end hobby, we are looking to check a lot of boxes, and the T5 in particular checks a lot of those boxes because it's the right size. Yeah. It has, for a lot of people, it has the right size drivers, the 4 8-inch drivers. We're spoiled. We get to listen to the M6s every day. So you put anything after the M6s and you're like, But if you go the other way, if you go up from an X series, a C series into a T series, you're like, this is the greatest thing. So we're a little bit biased, but I definitely see what you're saying in terms of it checks a lot of boxes for a lot of customers. We know we're not a store for everyone. We know we're not people for everyone. We try to be inviting, we try to be accommodating, but let's face it, we are a very high level store.
Of course.
But I think what's so fun for you and other people come by the store is that we can start you in the L series from Access, and we can start you at $2,000, $3,000. And if you want to go to the $600,000 M6s,
No sweat.
yeah, and we've got everything for you to hear.
Every step in between.
Every step.
Every step in between.
And that was really kind of our mantra when we developed the store was, I just thought of my personal experience, like shopping for luxury goods. Like, could you imagine if you were shopping for a nice pair of pants and like, oh, we don't have size 34, but we got 38s or 30s.
Yeah.
Like, or if you're shopping for, a nice Mercedes, oh, we have the S and the C.
We have the C's, yeah.
But I don't have, and so like that just drove me crazy as a consumer. And so, while we're investing, our customers are investing a lot of money, we want to give them the opportunity to hear every step along the way.
You guys have created an experience here that is beyond exceptional in the sense that you cater to people's needs. It's not about just closing the sale, it's about making a customer for life, someone who understands that you're here to answer and fulfill their needs.
Yeah.
And there aren't a lot of, there are a lot of stores. There are not a lot that do it the way you guys choose to do it, and I respect the hell out of it. I'm really grateful that you've had me here. I really enjoy our time. I like hanging out with you guys.
All right, that is enough hi-fi for one day. It was awesome having Greg Weaver at the store. Spent several hours listening to the T5s. Awesome time. Now we're gonna get a bite to eat at one of my favorite restaurants. Shout out to Preservation in Geneva, Illinois. Amazing, amazing spot. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you soon for the Borresen base module event where Greg Weaver will be back at the store.